Hi everyone, my name is Kirsten. Some of you already know that. For example, like my children. I hope you know my name is Kirsten. Anyway, way back when the dinosaurs roamed the earth, when I was a teenager, which has been a long time ago, I decided that I would make lists. I'm a list maker, and I decided that I wanted to live in every state of the United States for at least a year to really kind of, absorb what that state had to offer. And, just to see. And I love to travel. And I get off the beaten path, and I'm like, oh, hey, there's a road, and I just turn and I go that way. Fortunately, I have a good sense of direction. It does help now that there's Google Maps, and although it takes you on little Google tours, but anyway, I haven't gotten lost yet, so that's a good thing. Anyway, I would make lists of where I wanted to go in life, and life decided to take me elsewhere, and I didn't get to follow through on that list of things that I wanted to do. And obviously, graduating high school at 17, and going to college and all that kind of thing. I could have done, a year in 50 states and then did some traveling abroad. Well, that didn't work. I instead wound up getting married, and I started my first business. And weirdly enough, my first business I was a professional videographer. So I am somewhat familiar with the whole video thing. Now, I will say that things have really changed camera-wise, editing-wise, which is awesome, because back when I was doing editing back in the early 90s, it was really tape to tape and players and all that monkey business, and it eventually did get to computer non-linear editing, but there were some steps involved, and fortunately it's gotten a lot easier these days than from what it used to be. But anyway, I started my business, and that ran 1990 to about 2006. Yeah, about 2006. And in that time, I had 4 wonderful, fabulous children. And so then I thought, after my 4th one, and after he was born, and I remember this, it must have been, he was born in 2001, so I must have been like standing in front of the kitchen window or whatever in 2004, looking at my umpteenth winter, gray, snowy day. Now, I will point out, I am from Minnesota. I should say I am in Minnesota. I am from Southern California. And although it has been since the late 70s since I've lived in California, trust me, my vitamin D deficiencies, the lack of sunshine, palm trees, the beach, I miss it. People will ask me, well, why did you move? I said, well, because I was 10 years old and I was told to get in the truck and we're leaving. It's like, well, I didn't have much of a choice. And then, of course, you marry your high school sweetheart and you're stuck in Minnesota. And I've done about 40 plus years here now. I think I've done my time. But going back to that kitchen window, it was about 2004. And I remember looking out the window like, oh my gosh, get me out of here. I need to leave. I so need to leave. And at that time, my youngest was about 3. He would have been 3 years old. And I said, okay. So I counted ahead, and I did my math and such. And I'm like, okay, he's going to graduate high school in 2020. And then I'm going to be like, okay, see ya, bye-bye. And then, I would leave and run away. Okay, so he graduated June of 2020. And I'm sure we all remember what happened in 2020, which meant that I hid in my house from March of 20 to about May or June of 21. Now, I will say my car really appreciated me because I didn't take it anywhere. And I have never had a month ever in my life of all my driving I have ever done since I was newly 16 years old. Have I done something like 9 miles in a month? Oh my gosh, that was so weird. But anyway, I saved a lot of money in gas, that's for sure. Anyway, so yeah, I got all my vaccinations and all that good fun stuff, ran out of the house. If I could have had flames out of the back tailpipes and smoke burning off the rubber on the wheels, I mean, yeah, I was just excited to go anywhere besides my house. I had no idea that I would be stuck in my house for like 15, 16 months. Anyway, so, and then, actually, I'll back up. January of 2020, my daughter and I started a business. And I was like, okay, cool. I get to go out on the road because, I'm in sales and all that kind of stuff. I'm like, yay, me. And then March hit and COVID and the whole rest of it. So vaccinated and all that. I hit the road in summer of 2021 through fall. And I spent the 21-22 winter. I usually hibernate in the winters. Fortunately, being self-employed and working out of my house, I can do that. And I've made it where I can work anywhere. Yes, I did plan that. And, let's see. Yeah, 2021-22 winter, I was still here. And I hibernate. I usually hibernate from about October, November to probably about April. I become the Grinch and I hide in my house, and I'm sure my neighbors are like, I wonder what she does in there. But yeah, I do not go outside because, it's winter and it's cold and there's snow and there's ice and there's wind and I do not like it. Sam, I am. So, yeah, that's what I did. But I was thinking, what I should do? I should do this. I go out on the road all the time anyway, spring through, November, early December, and then I come inside into my house in Minnesota and I growl out the window and I growl at neighbors and little children and everyone else who's trying to be festive. I just sit there and stew and growl at people. I'm good at it, so that's what I do. What I'm going to do this year, though, is I am going to hit the road, actually, in a couple weeks. I was supposed to go out on my first adventure here last week, but wouldn't you know it, Minnesota and Wisconsin had another snowstorm. So here I sit. I mean, my car was packed. My clothes were washed and packed. I was going to leave. Granted, I was only going to Wisconsin, but I was going to leave my house. And it snowed. Gosh. Okay. Anyway, so that gig has been bumped to March, the end of March. But March 16th, I head out of here. And really, I'm going to take anyone who's interested in following me on all of my trips, because I do a lot of trips. 2022, I was in 19 states. I did about 20,000 miles. Yeah. And I see things. Like I said, I get off the beaten path. I go to small towns. I go out in the boonies. I mean, it's a lot more fun than sitting on the road. I think I've sat in enough, rush hour traffics that I'm like, I don't want to see it. I love nature. I love being in the forest. Like I tell a lot of people, I am best, sitting in the forest and staring at a tree and into the abyss, and that is my happy place. But anyway, so that's what I'm going to do. So if you guys want to come along with me, that'd be fabulous. I'm really making this for myself because I know I'm going to get older and then I'm going to forget what I did, and so it'd be really cool to see it. And my kids, Mom is running away. Buh-bye. And so my kids can keep track of me and what I'm doing. And, I used to joke with them, where's Waldo? Well, now it's, where's Mom? Where in the world is she going? What's she doing? I do all sorts of fun things. I see a lot of fun things. I stop at a lot of fun things. I meet a lot of cool people. So it's like lots of fun. You can see why I flew out of here as fast as possible in June of 2021. I'm like, oh my gosh, it's like being grounded for 15 months. I'm not good with that. My living by the seat of my pants, my ADHD, my have to go, 15 months, not good. And so I'm finally getting on the road. So you are invited to come with me on Kirsten's crazy adventures. My channel is Weird and Wild because I think I'm probably more weird than I am wild, but I do see and do some weird and wild stuff. So y'all can come in and come on the trip with me, and that would be fabulous. All right, thank you so much for listening to me ramble. Y'all have a wonderful night in your neighborhood. Bye.